Ni Hoseng. Here is Ni Hoseng. What is he up to? They look around. They know they're up to no good. It looks like they've put stuff over the window, coats and stuff, so that nobody can see inside. Wei Wuxian is making fun of his brother's standards. It really hurt his feelings. I think it's as if he said, nobody will have you because your standards are too high. But you can tell they're just joking. Uh oh. Lan Wangji enters. My God. He asks them what they're doing. Or he absolutely looks breathless with outrage and still so in control at the same time. What a happy coincidence, my translation says that Wu Wusan is saying. Why not join us for a drink? Oh my God! How many times do you have to be told there's no drinking at Cloud Recess? How many times has Lan Wangji told him there is no drinking at Cloud Recess? And he has the audacity to ask him to stay for a drink. It gets even funnier the more I think about it. Because I'm looking at Lan Wangji's face, wondering if this was real life, he would just start whooping ass. He would just go off. He has plenty of reason to go off at this point. I want these people out of my home for the millionth time. Don't be so rigid. When I saw him touch his robe like that, the first time I saw that, the first several times after in videos and stuff, I thought, man, his fingers are way too skinny and pointy. But no, I've seen his hands close up on other videos, and Xiao Zhan, Wei Wusan, has very nice masculine hands. I love that. See, it's one thing to have the guy look so beautiful, but you still have to be able to tell he's a guy. Still has to have the masculine undertones. That combination is what does it. He can't just look girly or female. You still have to be able to tell, oh, this is a beautiful man, not woman, man. But he inspires all the desire that has been foisted on women for ages and ages. It's all encapsulated in a man. Love it. He just told them to go to the chamber to be disciplined. Lan Wangji, not everybody is willing to walk to their discipline the way you are. I'm sorry to have to tell you that. Did Jing Chen and Ni Hussein pass out for real, or are they faking just because they don't want to deal with it? They don't want to deal with the consequences. Oh, Lan Wangji says, I will ask for help enforce it. Oh, he's going to enforce the rules. It has come to this. Oh, they got sick. Jin Chang and Ni Hussein got sick. Maybe they're faking it. Okay. Wei Wuxian has slapped the talisman on Lan Wangji. Lan Wangji is now no longer in control of himself. Or is he? Now, in essence, do I detect a hint, a lack of consent? I think I do. You rascal, you trickster. So much for that innocent, happy, childlike quality. That's no different than drugging him. Not that you're doing anything evil, not that you have evil plans, but you did take his will away. Unless you're like his brother and you know what he really wants, which is to be relieved of the responsibility of admitting that he wants to stay with you and be with you for the evening. So now he doesn't have to be responsible for that, and he can get to have that. because you have taken control of that situation. Between the lines, people. Len Zichin would understand. Len Zichin would say, "You must have really wanted to be with him that evening. It somehow found a way of happening." I think that if Len Wangji, someone of his caliber as a cultivator, someone of his quality and expertise, could have gotten around that spell. He just could have. The fates decided you will spend the evening with Wei Wusan. Or the writer decided. I'm glad the writer decided that. You gotta have naughtiness. It can't all be sugar and spice and goodness and everything that is nice. You just can't have wonderful friction without somebody breaking the rules. Wonderful drama, fulfillment of any kind. Admit it. If they just smiled at each other all day, the show wouldn't have been nearly as exciting. I love the back and forth between them. Where Lan Zhan is so reserved. I love it when one character holds back. He's so reserved. And the other character chases. I love that. That is, maybe that's a formula, but that is the most wonderful formula. Do you remember playing chase as a kid? You got your friends to chase you, you chased them, and there's nothing sexual about it, but it's the momentum, the thrill. As you're running, you think something could happen. Probably just trip and break something, but it's the excitement that builds up. Until they actually get together, who knows what can happen? Wanwaji just looks so good. Imagine if Wei Wusan was not a nice guy. Or if he was, I guess, maybe 10 times more assertive and aggressive than he actually is. I think Lan Zhan would be deflowered that night. I think so. It's in the air. It's in the air. Oh my god. Can you imagine having something that beautiful under your control? I would just have him stand outside in the sunlight, spinning around in that beautiful dress. We just have him twirl in the sun and watch it fly up. And I'd do his hair. I'd style his hair and brush it. If he were under my control, oh my god, he's so beautiful. I love how Lanjan's face looks a little puffy and swollen, like more natural. Right there, that shot, like maybe he's wearing less of the pancake makeup. I don't know, but you can see the heat beneath his skin. And when he's at his most expressive, that comes through. And it's very emotional to me. It's like he could be really drunk because he's so quiet and so in control. When he shows the least little bit of emotion, even just the coloring of his skin when it comes through at its most natural, that's heaven to me. It's the little things. And when I make comments about how beautiful they are or that seem in any way suggestive, I have no desire of getting with them. It's what's going on in my head is I'm pairing them with other male characters. I'm pairing them with each other, but I'm pairing them with other male characters. It's like Lan Wangji or Wei Wusan. I don't want to get with them. I'm not. No, don't misunderstand me. I want to be them. I want to have all that powerful beauty and cultivator's command. I don't want to get with him. I want to be him. Can you please go back to your room? Oh, now you're scared. You want him to go back to his room after you practically drugged him. You did drug him. You did it spiritually. You suppressed his spirit and his mind, which is worse than drugging him. Oh my god, he's so beautiful. Pausing just to stare at Lan Wangji. Looking at Lan Wangji is like taking happy pills, a sedative. Everything's okay now. Just keep looking at the beautiful man. We were saying you don't even feel guilty that he's passed out because of you. Now, is this just the script? Or does it happen in the book this way too? In the book, does Wei Wuxian cause Lan Wangji to drink against his will? Oh my gosh. Now he wants him to call him Brother Wei. They're so innocent. That's the equivalent of talk dirty to me. He's making him say things he would not say. I love it. I love it because I know that it's so cute. I've already seen it and I know that nothing bad is going to happen. The more I look at Lan Wangji, the more I hope and feel that he does more costume dramas, more fantasies. He's played such a majestic character. I feel like there's more for him to do. It just opened a door to this amazing place. And it's like I can't go back. I can't go back to ordinary characters. It's so satisfying to see his regalness in all that white, complemented by Wei Wuxian's, dark ensemble, traditionally, as far as Westerners are concerned, traditionally masculine. When I say they make a handsome couple, they make a handsome couple. And it's weird because I've never been into romance. I've never been into marriage. Those things are fine. They just never excited me as much as a character who had to get through his own ordeal and his own challenges by himself. The image of Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji side by side in that black and white, and I guess also paralleling them, Song Lan and Zhao Xingchen, they parallel Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian almost in a things could have worked out differently kind of way. It's like the whole yin and yang thing. It's not even male and female. I keep using the word bride, but I don't mean the traditional idea of bride. I mean a step up, a super way better idea. Like bride as in that which complements the husband, but is not necessarily a woman. That which balances the husband, but is not necessarily a female. I mean, it can be a female, but it can also be a husband. A husband whose energy flows in a way that balances the weight of his husband's. The English language, or just even my vocabulary, isn't enough to express the beauty, the level of joy and beauty that this show releases in you. I don't even know the words for what I'm feeling. Lan Wangji Ajazichin, I'm sorry I can't say his name, But Song Len's partner, they make me want to redefine the word for bride, because what it means in my culture isn't enough to express what I really feel when I see them walking together. You see those images where they're walking, their back is to the camera and they're walking off into the distance. And because of this movie, you have a whole amazing understanding of their partnership. It's just, it takes the mundane terminology of marriage, husband and wife, it puts it, it takes it from down here and puts it up here. And it's, oh my God, I never wanted to be up there before, but now I do. It just feels so good. It feels like heaven. Keep telling the story. Don't let it end. I have got to research that writer. Okay. It's not enough that he's got him drunk, that he's in control of his mind, that he makes him say things he wouldn't say, makes him call him brother. Now he's touching him. He has him on the bed and he's touching him. Don't blame the character, blame the writer. Thank you, writer. Thank you, Mo Deo. Thank you. I love how he sits up like that. He's no longer in control of himself. He's like freaking out because he's experiencing chaos, which is not surprising in the presence of Wei Wuxian. If he's not fighting Wei Wuxian, he's experiencing utter chaos in his presence. Aww, his little headband. Go away. Okay, and Wei Wuxian just wants an excuse to touch him. Why are you so nervous? Has been a sacred. Wei Wuxian asks, "Why are you so nervous?" And Lan Wangji tells him the husband is sacred. Nobody but family members or significant others can touch it. And he spits out his drink like he does not take that seriously. He cannot take that seriously. Okay, they really wanted you to know the significance, the intimate significance of that headband because of what happens later and because of their relationship. I think it's sweet. Whoever wrote this script and pieced these scenes together really wanted to preserve the romantic aspect of their relationship. They left in as much symbolism as they could, I think. That's so touching. That's another reason why this show is so special. That is such a mean thing to say. No woman would marry you. You're going to be alone forever. That makes me think. He's really got some growing up to do. You shouldn't tell people that. And he wasn't joking. He was serious. Oh, right when Lan Wangji says he doesn't have a mother, and Wei Wuxian says you can't have been born out of thin air. There's a close up, and you can see two holes, ear piercings in Lan Wangji's ears. You can see just a little bit of his real life as Wan Yibo in those two hole piercings. I love that. I have just a teeny non-con reference. 952. Wei Wuxian is talking about his parents and his memories of being chased by a dog, and Lan Wangji is just sitting there. Notice how Lan Wangji is not upset that he is laying down in Wei Wuxian's room. Notice how he's not upset that he was given alcohol and that he was somewhat taken advantage of. He's not upset. He's not under the spell any longer. Or is he? Is he still under the spell? Maybe that's debatable. But my point is, something in him doesn't mind being right where he's at that moment. If nothing else, he's taking a moment to open up, even though it seems to be out of his control. Uh-oh, it's the next morning. Most people would be terrified to realize what they've done the next day. Wei Wusan? Nope. It is hilarious to him that Wei Wusan is passed out on the floor. I like how it's one thing for Wei Wusan to sneak in liquor and get caught, but it's quite another for their jade twin, Lan Wangji, to become involved. I feel like they're reacting to him being deflowered or something. He's that precious to them. How dare they, the uncle says. See, I don't get why Lan Wangji has to be beaten as well. He obeys the rules. He didn't mean to not obey the rules. It's cool that Wei Wusan at least tries to tell the truth. Aw, he does tell the truth. 300 times? I think if they were average mortals, that would kill them. There's people in back being hit too. What did they do? Oh, wait a minute. Was that Ni Haosing and Jin Qing? I didn't realize that. Ni Haosing and Jin Qing were also being beaten at the same time. I can't see Ni Haosing surviving that. But he's tougher than we think. That looks brutal. I love the layout of that little place. I guess that would be considered like a mansion that is spread out as opposed to rising up in levels. But I would just love walking along those little stone paths. Oh, Jin Qin and Ni Haosing only got 50 hits while Lan Wangji and Wei Wusan got 300. He is so slick. I should have more proteins to promote faster healing. He can always talk his way through any situation, or he thinks he can. Aww. It's sweet how humble he is when he says, "Did I break the rules again?" And at first he couldn't look at Lan Zichen. He just got beat 300 times, and he's already got a smile on his face. He's off on a new adventure. All the world is glorious. Ooh, and he just found some Lan Wangji. Naked skinned Lan Wangji. Lan Wangji is trying to hurry up and get dressed, so this idiot doesn't catch him naked. He does not know the meaning of the word privacy, personal space, boundaries. He's so innocent and carefree. He thinks everybody is that way. Because he's such an open door, he thinks everybody is. Sweetie, you're going to have to grow up. I'm sorry, and it's going to be the hard way. Wei Wusan's bare feet on those rocks. Just a little peek. For some reason, I love that. Because those bare feet were not acting. Those bare feet were really him. And they can't hide that. There's something about toes that is just so honest. That's why one might stare at a person's feet. Because no matter how cosmetically perfect this is up here, there's not enough cosmetics cover up those joints and the unique functionality and details of the feet. So it's like you're getting, this is learned behavior This is training. This is an illusion. But the feet tell the truth. The feet say, not only is this an awesome human, but this is the natural creaturehood of a person. Feet are not pretty for a reason. They're so functional. The most functional things on the body, pretty, are not the prettiest. That's... Oh my god! He's just throwing his shoes. He's just throwing things. You could call him enthusiastic, or you could call him reckless. Either way. Either way. His excitement is honest. I love that. He's so eager, and he doesn't hide. He doesn't hide what he feels. He hasn't learned to hide what he feels, and Lan Zhan has. Aww. So he's trying to move closer to Lan Zhan. What would he have done if Lan Zhan had stood still and not moved away? Would he have attempted to cuddle for warmth? He's just crazy enough that he might. And that's a scary thought, considering how afraid of being touched Lan Zhan is. Oh my god. His feelings are so hurt because Lan Zhan wants his personal space back. Sweetie, you just can't go around doing that. Look, he's just saying, I might not have thought too highly of you before, but now I want to be friends with you. See, there is something childlike and sweet about him. He just embraces pleasure the way a child would. He's not a bad person just because he likes to drink and he likes pornography. It's like cake. It's only natural to gravitate to the cake and balloons and the fun. Why hold yourself back? He just hasn't learned to hold himself back yet. He's not a bad person. But you can't go around drugging people and taking over their minds. Lan Wangji is just standing there trying to act unaffected by Wei Wuxian. But Wei Wuxian has lavished so much attention on Lan Wangji by now that you know he's getting used to it. He's kind of getting used to it. And when you get used to someone giving you attention, it's kind of hard to go back to doing without it. So you know Wei Wuxian is getting under his skin in a good way, as well as a bad way, as well as an annoying way. But still, he's talked so much that when he's not around, Lan Wangji is afraid of him showing up. So he's living in Lan Wangji's head right now, rent free, as they say, even when he's not around. That won't be necessary. We don't need to be friends, he says. You see how Lan Wangji is just standing there, turning down every offer Wei Wuxian is coming up with. This is the chase. This is what I love. This unobtainable, untouchable presence being pursued relentlessly by another. I talk about non-con a lot, but really all it is, when it comes down to pure essence, is this scene right here. It's the chase. All I'm after is the chase. If he never says yes, if he never gives in, then it can never end. The chase can never end. It really does look cold in that cave. They did a good job creating that icy illusion. I love that their hair is wet. It's a treat to see Lan Wangji like that. I love that he protects Wei Wuxian. The headband has power. It's not just symbolic, it actually has family power. He's not going to want to give up his headband. Ugh, those reluctant brides. Oh, but he does. I now pronounce you husband and husband. He's one of the family now, as far as that headband's concerned. That is so beautiful. Look, they just keep showing them walking united by that headband. That is not an accident. The creators of this show is really giving us quite a gift by emphasizing that as much as possible. Uh, the fact that they are unified in that moment is so understated, but it had to be in order to survive the censorship, I guess. Perfect! Beautiful! That was Lan Wangji after he puts his hands on the instrument and transcends time and space. Apparently, he's just floating in space. That is so beautiful. I can't help it. They think they hear voices outside, but they're actually being given information from the outside about the five families. At everybody's looking for them. They're lost in the cave. I love that we have such a sweeping view of their landscape. It just immerses you into this universe, into their world. I love that someone took the cinematography so seriously and didn't just rely on purely on digital manipulation. I mean, it could be digital, entirely digital manipulation. I don't know, but they were so careful with it that it looks, at least looks real. A lot of futuristic scenery done inside a computer just has that gray look to it, and we've seen it so much, it's no longer, you don't even, it's no longer effective, it's no longer believable. So I love that we're back to natural greens and things that at least appear very solid and real. I can believe that there is a landscape like this that is out there, and that these people really are part of unknown civilizations yet to be discovered in, and perhaps even in parallel universes. Their stories have to come from somewhere. I love to think that Lan Wangji and Song Lan and Wei Wusan and all the others, their stories are so powerful that they left an imprint on the universe. Just like as individuals, we leave our imprints, we leave a record of who we are and what we've been through and how we felt about it. And it's in the air. It's for, anybody can tap into it. But we as a civilization are only able to tap into it through our artists and writers and creators who kind of stay in a transcendent state because of their inspiration, and they give us these stories from multi-level realities and existences. So I love to think that the stories of the people in this show have a basis in truth somewhere, somehow, and they're all eternal, and they're just telling these amazing stories. And everyone has survived, everyone has gone on to their way of life, their futures, whatever life holds for us once we say goodbye to our earthly existence. I just love that things go on. Why is the sister not feeling well? I want a reason for that. I don't know about her, but when she looked over her shoulder and saw him, I was smitten. I was pretty impressed with that. I love that he caught her. I love that. And I'm not into it, but I love that. They call her Your Highness, the woman in the ice cave, in the cold spring cave. She's very beautiful. The only female clan leader of the Land Clan. He's talking about her like she's not there. Lan Wangji nudges him. Man, I would have loved to just work with all those bunnies and got to hold all those bunnies. That's what Lady Win is looking for, the yin iron. Okay, that was a lot of exposition. It's going off, but don't worry. I got another episode lined up. Thank you for watching with me. That's it for episode 6. On to episode 7.